So you might be at the point now where you're trying to figure out how you're going to lay out your structure, and you've started trying to do a dot point draft. It's not really working for you, or maybe you're about to start a dot point draft. This constructing the outcome, which is on page 14, is a really useful opportunity for you to start to think about how you lay your work out. So as you can see, we want you to lay out the topic sentences only. Now, in the opening statement of your introduction, there's a little bit of a formula you can follow. Basically, we want you to make sure you include your question and your answer. So if you have a to what extent question, you will need to tell us the extent that you're going to be arguing. If you have a how or a why question, you need to tell us the answer. Whatever it is that you have set up, you need to respond. So you might say something like, it is clear that underwater knitting would make an excellent addition to the Olympics. That's rewording my question about whether underwater knitting should be in the Olympics, and then actually giving an answer, because it is a highly competitive and engaging sport that will suit the criteria of international competition appropriately. We now have the reasons that I'm going to be discussing. Now, you can't have your reasons if you don't know what your argument is, and that's why we've asked you to do the summary table and why we've asked you to do the dot point draft, and why we asked you to do all these pieces of information, because we want to force you to think about your argument. The argument you write here might not be the argument that you actually end up writing. You might change your mind. Again, as per the previous pages on the introduction, you might start to list, alright, did some interviews, did some surveys, did some academic journal reading, had a few of those websites, and then what are my key points to be explored? And I might start stepping through those. When we then get to the paragraphs and the topic sentences, a couple of different things you can think about. You can use some nice introductory words to set up your sentence and make it look fancy, but you must always have a reference to your question and the answer, which is going to be the focus of the paragraph. This means that, if we go old school, firstly, it is clear that, that's just those words to set up an argument, doesn't really achieve anything. We then go to our question, underwater knitting should be included in the Olympics. There we go, there's my question. Why? Because it is highly competitive. Now I have a focus question that's being responded to, and I have a really clear topic sentence. We want you to do that for each of your points. Obviously, we want you to use some really clear linking words and structure. We have included some vocabulary for you at the bottom of this booklet, all the way down here. Vocabulary suggestions. So please use these. They're there for a reason. They're very useful words. They will help you to write more clearly and more appropriately. And these sentences would be a great thing to send through and get feedback on. So we strongly recommend that you think about using these as a variety of different activities and then working through from there. Okay.